In three, two, one. Cue the music. Welcome to a fresh new episode of the Fitness Avengers, where we fight fat, frustration, and fitness fakes. I'm your host, NASM Master Trainer Tony Ariola from TotalBodyProject.com, and I'm on a personal mission to simplify fitness for you. So, welcome. Special night, special show. It's the end of the month, August 31st, and I'm closing out my Get Me Skinny coaching program. It's been an awesome 2 weeks. Thank you guys for everyone that has applied and has jumped on board. I'm really excited to get you guys going and get you some tremendous results. So, with that said, on tonight's show, we're going to talk about what's missing, the 5 biggest mistakes that I see in fitness. And sometimes you don't see these mistakes at all. I remember my first time in my first triathlon, I swam for, well, I don't know if you could call it swimming. I swam drown for 47 minutes. And it was one of the most horrific moments of my life. I do not recommend jumping in the ocean, not knowing how to swim. And I thought I could teach myself how to swim. Like I did watch a couple YouTube videos. I downloaded a guide. I checked all the boxes, but reading about it and having somebody show me what to do were two different things. And since nobody showed me, I just spent my time uh, swim drowning in the ocean. It was the longest 47 minutes of my life. And fast forward to like a couple years ago when I finally swallowed my pride, I hired my coach Mike to help me with my swimming. And literally in 5 minutes, I was already swimming about 15 minutes faster for that same swim. So thanks, Mike. But Mike showed me that an expert can really find out exactly what you need to do that's specific to you. So today I'm going to try to cover the mistakes that I see from everybody. And this is with over 18 years of experience and over 45,000 hours of one on one training. So we're going to find those for you. If you're on board, make sure you comment. I know it's a special night. I kind of sprung at everybody. I got Kona in the kitchen, and she's not too happy right now because she's by herself. My beautiful bride to be is teaching her cycle bar, so I'm the single dad tonight. So if I have to run out and tackle Kona, then you know why. But I love her. She's been an awesome addition to our family. So we're gonna talk about the classic mistakes, rookie mistakes, blind spots. We'll have our ASTA trainer, and I'm gonna share some of my personal client success stories that I've had over the years, online and offline. And like I said, the Get Me Skinny coaching program closes tonight. Welcome Nina, Harry, Steven, Loana, Suzanne, Ryan, Fu, Farhad, all you guys that are jumping on board. Thank you guys so much for trusting me. I appreciate the fact that you have believed in me and my abilities and are jumping on me to help you bring you all the way over to the skinny side. So let's get going. Mistake number 5 is you expect smooth sailing, which is that's not how life is. Sometimes you're the single dad at home. Sometimes internet won't connect. When it comes to fitness, it's not if things are going to go wrong, it's when things go wrong. So you're talking about failures on the weekend. Maybe there's a family gathering. Maybe there's somebody brought chocolate cake. Maybe you had a rough day at work. Maybe the puppy's crying. Whatever it may be, you don't see the pitfalls. So when you're mapping out your program and saying, okay, like the next 90 days or the next 21 days or the next 6 months or 10 days, I'm going to execute X, Y, and Z. If you don't prepare for the obstacles of what are you going to do when that situation comes up, what I mean by preparing for the obstacles is what I try to teach my clients is if like say the weekend's coming and there's a big family party and you know that they're going to have cake there and you're going to have a really hard time with the cake. You already know the obstacles coming. What's the plan to overcome that obstacle? What a really good coaching practice is this term called WHOOP, which is what's your wish, what's the opportunity, what are the obstacles you have to overcome, and what's the plan to get over it. So with your fitness program, COVID is something that no one saw. This is like a huge wrench in everybody's life. Schools, work, events, races, weddings, you name it, it's been changed. And the problem with this time is that there's going to be people that win through this and there's going to be people that lose through this. And the people that lose through this are going to get really hurt. So if we didn't see this coming, all we can do is when these storms come is we have to be able to adjust the sails. We cannot wait for things to get better. We have to make things better. So let's learn how to navigate through these tough times. If you can't make it to the gym, all right, that's okay. What can you do? What can you do at home? What can you do at work? If you can't eat perfect, all right, cool. You can still eat a little bit less. Can you drink your water? Can you go out for a walk for stress? Can you get to bed a little bit faster? There's so many things that you're responsible for in your health and fitness, but you have to take control. And that only happens when you expect that you're not going to be perfect. And no one expects you to be perfect. We expect you to make progress and to be consistent. That's what really matters in fitness over the long run. So that's one of the big mistakes I see from people is they think it's going to go perfect, or they tell me, "Oh, I'll start next week, or I'll start in 2 months when COVID goes away." Yeah, it's not going away. So we got to figure out what we're going to do right now. So the next mistake, yeah, Patty says she was on board because I was working. So this is a good one. So we'll talk about that one, Patty. Right. So Patty wasn't doing well, but she lost her mojo, and I get that. So the problem with motive, and thanks Patty for commenting. I appreciate you reaching out. Is a lot of people have lost their fire with COVID, right? People look at me and they're like, "Well, you're launching your coaching program. Isn't like this is like the worst time to do it because you're in the middle of COVID." And I always argue the opposite. This is really the best time to do it for a couple reasons. Number one is that people need me now more than ever. They need me now more than ever. I need to be in people's backyards, and I'm very skilled at this. Number two, I know exactly what to do. I know how to bring health and happiness to people. And I feel like if I can pull one person out throughout this whole COVID madness and get that person moving to the other side, then it's so worth it. So the drive is hard, Patty, because you really have to find out what motivates you, what's your why, and what's really important. Is it the kids? Is it the husband? Is it feeling good about yourself? Is it going to the pool? Whatever it may be, we need to find out what your bigger burn is, and we need to move you towards that. Because if we don't grab this thing and take care of it now, it only gets worse. I think the average weight gain was 16 pounds, and that was about 2 months ago. So I'm guessing most people are anywhere between that 10 to 20 pound range as far as weight gain. And the hard part is that stuff we still have to take away. So once COVID goes away, we're still gonna have to take that away. So let's look at the next one. The next one is that people do not have realistic expectations. So I was just talking about the weight gain. If you put on like 10 pounds, it's going to take a while to take that weight off. 1 to 2 pounds of real fat. We're talking about matter about, there's a little fat on my thing. Let me see. There's a fat there. That's real matter. That only goes away by movement, by eating less, by taking away that, creating that energy deficit. If you don't understand that 1 to 2 pounds is a very realistic and doable goal, then you're going to fail because you're not going to be excited when the scale doesn't move that much. So you really want to be realistic. So let me go ahead and share a tool with you guys. So you go to totalbodyproject.com. There I am. There's Anna who lost. I think Anna ended up losing like 50 pounds or something. Might be more. You go to fat loss calculator and you click on there, and here you're going to enter what your current weight is. So say, 220, right? And what your goal weight is. So if the goal weight is 199, so it's going to tell you it's going to take 11 weeks, right? So that's just for 20 pounds. So you see 20 pounds is about 10 weeks. 10 weeks is roughly close to 2.5 months. That's if you do like on the high end. So it does take a long time. It does take a long time. And so you really want to be patient with your expectations. Really sit down and be like, okay, 1 to 2 pounds. So this month I can lose 4 to 6 pounds, and that's gonna be a win for me. And it just keep me moving forward. The times that people struggle is when they get overwhelmed with time. They're like, oh man, that takes too long. 4 months, 6 months. I really want it to happen right away, which I get. But the problem is that even if you want it to go to happen right away, it's not going to happen right away. So you want to be cognizant of that fact and give yourself some slack so that you're focused in doing the work, doing the habit building that's going to really reap your results in the long run. Number 3 mistake is nutrition execution, especially on the weekends. People just fall apart on the weekends. I don't know if it's the cheat meal, the I deserve it, the it's been a long week, or whatever the case may be, because people feel like they deserve it all the time. And when they fail on the weekends, which is very common, they never catch up. So if you say you save $5 on Monday, five on Tuesday, 5 days, so you save $25. But on Saturday you spent 100, and on Sunday you spent 500. At the end of the week, you're gonna be in the hole. Same exact thing happens with calories. If you overeat and go nuts on the weekend or in one bad meal is equal to 5 hours of exercise. If you blow that, you're gonna set yourself up way back. So now you're talking about that time is gonna take a long time. Now that finish line just moved a little bit further back. And so now you feels like you're dieting, but you're not, because the finish line moved further back and further back. So you keep playing like this perpetual game, which it feels like a lot like COVID, this perpetual treadmill that doesn't end, um, because you keep sabotaging yourself on the weekends. So draw a line in the sand, say, hey, I'm going to own up and I'm going to do what I need to do, especially on the weekends. If you can commit to that, you're going to be so much better off than everybody else. Because that's the first thing I tell somebody: how does the nutrition look on the weekends? And if you can take care of that, you're going to be a lot better off because you won't be falling further behind. All right, emoji party. Dun, 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 dun. Hit those emojis, hit those likes, hit those loves, hit those shares. If you see this video and you know somebody that can really benefit from the information, please share it with them. Because another problem in this COVID time is that everybody is now a fitness expert. Everyone's online doing videos and doing this and that. I probably read more books than most trainers have read. So it's important to get you the real information so that you don't get filled with lies and get your heart broken again. So share with people that you know will benefit from this information, and hit those emojis. We can't get this guy. Why do I have a big head, you ask? It's from one of my races. So now, since all the races are canceled, I have races with myself in the house, and I give myself little medals just to pump myself up. So mistake number 2 is people do not have a customized plan. What that means is that you approach a plan with what everybody else has, a plan that doesn't take into account that maybe you have a broken toe. Maybe you have 2 kids at home that you're homeschooling. Maybe the husband you're fighting with and you're not okay with. Maybe the husband is sabotaging and doesn't let you go on your walks. You need to find a plan that takes into account every variable in your life if you have any chance for success. If your program comes out of a magazine or out of like some show that you watch on TV that doesn't take into account who you are, Patty, or who you are, Ashley, or who you are, Letty, it's not going to work for you. And you have to know that you have to have a customized program in order for you to succeed, because everybody is different. I've been doing this for 18 years and I've never, ever had the exact same program for anybody. It's never worked. So if you're thinking, I'm going to just do what X and X person does, it's not going to work. You really have to find a program that's customized to you and takes into account all the different variables in your life. And mistake number 1 is I see people missing a coach. And if you're going about this by yourself, it's going to be very lonely, because it is hard. The reason that our country is so overweight and people are not sleeping enough and they're in so much pain is because they don't have a coach. They think their situation, they can do it by themselves and they can do it, and they can do it better. If everyone could do it by themselves, they would have done it by themselves. If you've tried it by yourself and you failed, stop doing that because it's not working. You need to hire a professional. Someone's going to help you, who's going to be in the fire with you, who's going to see those mistakes that you're making and help you and pick you up on those days when you're not motivated, when you're not disciplined, when you feel like everything is failing. You need a professional to help you. Just like I got a coach for my swimming because, hey, I was drowning. Drowning is definitely not fun. I don't even consider it swimming. It was the swim drown. So with my coach, what he's able to do is really pinpoint like, hey, this is what you can do. And I think the biggest thing that I loved about, at least from coaching that I'm getting, is the belief in me and my abilities. So he can confidently say, hey, I can get you to be a 130 swimmer. 130 is kind of like how fast you do 100 yards, but that's like swim speed. So when I take clients on, like, some of my newer clients that are coming on board, I can say, hey, you know what, Luana, I can guarantee, I know I can help you get those 50, 60, 80 pounds off. It's just a matter of trusting me. It's a matter of doing the work. It's a matter of you showing up. And the very, very best part is that you will not be alone because fitness is hard. And this thing is hard both ways. It's hard if you do something, and it's hard if you don't do something. So which hard is it going to be? Are you going to take the path that maybe has some gold at the end of the rainbow? Or are you going to take the path that, hey, it just sucks and it's going to get suckier? And I know this is hard to say, but I really want to kind of rattle you that this COVID thing is not going away. If you want to get better, you're going to have to pick yourself up. You're going to have to get going, and you're going to have to make yourself feel better by doing the things that make you feel better, which is eating right, drinking water, sleeping enough, exercise, meditating, being grateful, getting people in your life that can support you in your mission. So, a little pumped up there. That is good to see you on board. But I'm fired up. I'm fired up tonight. So let's kind of go through some success stories. This is my favorite part of the show. Let's go back to my shared screen. Let's see. Let's share some stuff. All right. Here we go. And here's my program. If you guys want to apply for the Get Me Skinny coaching program, apply now. I'm taking 9 more people. If this is you, jump on board. You don't want to be left out. Oh, there's chubby me. But I just wanted to talk about some of the results that people have been getting. Bonita, obviously she's on fire. Kenneth dropped I want to say we dropped like almost 40 pounds. Laylee became an FBI superstar. Body fat drop. Don, almost 60 pounds. You can see he looks just a lot younger. We have Robbie D, which just crushed it. Nina, another tremendous example. Yvette. And, these are kind of some older stories that I have of success. But when I look at my track record and my clients, it's almost everybody that's been successful. So the thing now, what's different now is that now that I'm online, is how can I take everything that I've been doing in person and actually make a better online coaching program? That's the goal. That's the goal, is to help more people build the best version of themselves. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, my life clients that I have about close to 30, and we're at about 95% success. So almost everybody's already at their goal with the average weight loss of around 28 pounds. So people have been there. Now is, how do I get that kind of success online? And luckily, I've had a couple clients that have done tremendous work online. Dr. Guzman, who lost 42 pounds. Yvette is crushing it. Eric lost 27 pounds. So now we're talking about all the people that are successful. And what I tell my clients is that when this is all said and done, I promise you that my clients will be in the best shape of their lives throughout this madness, because we're not going to take it anymore. We're going to fight back. We're going to control what we can control, and we're going to fight back. And I'm going to lead from the front. I promise. Like, hey, I'm going to be trim, fit, fast. I have my own COVID goals, which is to become the best trainer I can be, help as many people as I can. And I want to be the best athlete I can during this COVID time. Because even though I'm not racing, there's no reason to stop my goals and to stop investing in myself and to stop reading books and to stop being the best trainer. I think I got 2 more certifications since this COVID started. But the goal with the certifications is not so I can be like, ooh, Oh, yeah, cool. I'm a great trainer. The goal of the certifications is to be the best person to help you succeed. That's the goal. So I try to figure out exactly what works for you and what is the best way to help you. So let's see what the ask the trainer is. Uh, why are you taking only 20 online clients? Good question. I think I kind of answered that already. It's because I want to make sure that everybody that's onboarded in this, this in today and tomorrow, and get everybody on, that everyone gets set up with the right program and is set up for success. And I don't know how long that's going to take me. Right now, it is taking a long time to go individually through everyone's programs and make sure that we figure out exactly what everyone needs. So that's why I can only take 20. So after I take these 20 and I get these guys going and people are starting to see good results, then I'll open up the coaching enrollment again. So if this is you, if you want to make a change, if you want to know how to build the best version of yourself, if you're just tired of just like sucking, because a lot of people are just sucking right now with COVID. You're tired of that stuff. Like, let's set some goals, let's crush some goals, and let's come out of these things on fire. So when you come out and people see, they're like, wow, damn, you look good. And you're like, do I? do I look good? Well, yeah. Or you don't want the other reaction where it's like, oh man, dude, COVID got you too, huh? Did you get sick? They're like, no, I didn't get sick. I just couldn't close the snack drawer. I couldn't walk past the pantry. So if you haven't joined yet, join the Fitness Avengers, our group where we post more content, more valuable insights, and we're trying to help people succeed. I'm gonna have a Get Me Skinny challenge in there sometime soon, probably within the next month or two. But it's just more help for you because actually right now we need all the help we can get. So thank you everyone who has joined me on this journey. This is episode 22 of the Fitness Avengers. I think we have somewhere north of, I want to say it's like 10,000 views, something like that. I'm very humbled. I get people reach out for me from all over the country now, and sometimes from all over the world. And I just love doing this. I love talking to you. I love sharing my message. I love bringing you some hope for health and happiness, because I know how much health and happiness has changed my life. It's probably maybe the most optimistic person during this COVID time, but it's by design. It's by working on myself every day and knowing that these challenges happen. But when these challenges happen, it's not if they happen, it's when they happen, what are you going to do about it? And so now ultimately the ball is in your court. Whatever you decide, whether you decide to take me on my offer and jump on the skinny train, or whether you decide to just kind of keep watching the shows, or you just say like, you know what, T, I'm gonna just wait until COVID goes away. Regardless, I hope you do what's best for you, and I wish you nothing but health and happiness. Next week, I'm gonna have my new show. I think I'm not sure if it's Monday or Tuesday. It'll be one day next week in the evening. Kona, I heard her yelling and crying, so I gotta go hug her. But next week I'll have Healthy Habits 101, and we'll dive deep into like these tiny habits, atomic habits, things that happen automatically, which is 40 to 50% of the things that we do happen on autopilot. So how do we get better habits to start moving in the right direction? Thank you guys for tuning in. Love you guys. You're the reason I exist. And Get Me Skinny coaching program deadline is tonight, midnight, and I'll see you on the skinny side. Dun, 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 dun.